Today in Xbox Cloud Gaming News, we're going to be talking about a news story that's broke very recently and has been getting a lot of attention, and that has to do with Game Pass's profitability. And it all stems from Christopher Dring's post over on X, which stated the following. So costs associated with the Game Pass business is fees paid to third parties, marketing, service costs, and by that measure, it's profitable. What they don't count is the lost revenue that Xbox's first-party studios are seeing as a result of the service. I have to imagine if first-party studios receive similar compensation, the profitability might not be correct. This led to a frenzy online of back and forth debate on whether or not Game Pass is actually profitable despite what Phil Spencer has said in the past. Game Pass has always been a hot topic within the gaming industry, many claiming that it is hurting the industry itself, but this was adding fuel to the fire for sure. Many like to claim that it's impossible for Microsoft to be making profit when games are costing within the hundreds of millions to make at times, looking at you, Call of Duty. But what I think is more important is that you see this updated post made over on X by Dring himself, claiming that yes, Game Pass is profitable. Over 18 months ago, I checked with Xbox about what's included in the Game Pass P&L. Basically, I was looking to see if Game Pass's cost factor in the impact to unit sales of their internal studios. I was told that first-party games have their own P&L separate to Game Pass as they make money via other means. I felt this piece of internal accountancy might mean Game Pass is profitable, but it sure does put pressure on the margins for its internal games and possibly means some studios don't make as much profit or any profit at all. That doesn't actually matter in real terms, but seeing the impact Game Pass was having on first-party games and the amount of money Xbox was spending on studios, I wanted to check if the full impact of the service was being considered in the Game Pass's profitable line. This was before Xbox started publishing fully on PS5. Studios can now make stronger margins on premium sales as a result of that move. But regardless to all that, sources have reached out to tell me even when you include lost revenue associated with first-party games, not just unit sales but microtransactions, Game Pass is still profitable, so that's great. With this, we now have clarity on the whole issue. It seems that Game Pass is profitable despite the matter. You could definitely argue semantics here and say that Microsoft is probably playing with the numbers quite a bit to make it profitable, but at the end of the day, what matters most is that Microsoft sees those numbers and is happy with them. I will point out that it does seem like development cost and spend does not come under Game Pass, and that's probably because they can recoup that money via microtransactions, sales, and DLC. But regardless, it seems like Game Pass is truly Microsoft's big focus right now, and they just want to increase the amount of users subscribing to it. This is also a pretty good explanation for why their games are starting to release on the PS5. It just adds more sales and it covers that cost. Now, will this be an answer that makes everyone happy and ends the debate of whether or not Game Pass truly makes money? Probably not. There's always going to be arguments for it and against it. But if one thing's for sure is that Microsoft has no signs of slowing down on making Game Pass the way to play Xbox. I guess we'll find out in the long term whether or not it's damaging to them as a brand or the industry as a whole. Let me know your thoughts though down in the comment section below. Do you think Game Pass is profitable? Do you think Microsoft is lying about their numbers? Put your thoughts down and let me hear them out. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want more like it, subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. And as always, this has been Steven from Anytime Anywhere Gaming, wishing you a great day, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.